Okay, so let's just take a comfortable seat. Roll the shoulders to the back of your body and let the palms turn up so that you feel as if you are stacked totally over your pelvis. And you feel the weight of your torso and your shoulders and your head balanced over the center of your pelvis and your legs. You start to let the breath move through the nostrils purposefully, feeling the breath move down towards the belly and energizing the belly just a little bit as you exhale, drawing the navel towards the spine. It doesn't have to be an aggressive movement, just enough so that you know you're doing it, waking up a bit. Shakti is the word for feminine energy, movement, and so this feminine energy, a lot of times we think of as being, I don't know, kind of nourishing and quiet and restorative. But movement, we need movement. We need the Shakti energy for everything. And if we didn't have Shakti energy, we wouldn't be able to move around. We would be in stillness. We would be in steadiness. That's Shiva. Very strong, sturdy, or sthira. And Shakti helps to take this sturdiness and this power and move it. And so, yes, it is considered our feminine energy. And as we all know, the feminine energy can have a lot of power. So we'll play with this idea today. On your next inhale, take your arms up over your head, palms come together. And as you exhale, hands come to the heart center, holding intention. Why are you here on your mat today? As you exhale, release the hands, softly open the eyes. Okay, so we're going to start standing as we always do. So I'll meet you on the mat in Tadasana. Remember, you can use weights in this class, and I don't usually recommend anything over 3 pounds. As we stand in Tadasana, palms forward. Whoops, can't see my head. Palms forward. Feel yourself stacked over your feet now. So feet, pelvis, shoulder girdle, head. So when you turn the palms forward, you can feel and sense your body weight, structure over the base of your foundation, which at this moment now is your feet. Just think about that Shakti energy. If we were to stand here and not move all day, every day, that wouldn't work very well. That's Shiva power, but no movement. So turn your palms so they're facing your body. Keep your legs in neutral. As you're inhaling, you're going to rise up. And as you exhale, soften the knees and push back. So easy movement, a little bit more energy here. With the exhale, throwing out, what is it you don't need this morning? What can you let go of that just is not serving you? And you lift and you reach and you press and throw. Inhale. Now, keep going. And I want you, when you come up, to lift your left heel. Just lift your left heel and then go back. And lift your right heel and go back. So we're going back and forth with this little baby pause at the top. And now if you like, you can take that heel and lift the whole leg and then down, the whole leg and down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's one more on each leg. And we're going to stop here. Pause, balance. Shoulders on your back. Flex the foot you've got in the air. Drop that hip. And use the toes of the standing foot. As you exhale, put the foot down, release, and come back up on the other side. See how this side feels. Breathe. And let your arm release, and let your leg release. All right. Take your feet a little wider apart so that we come into a goddess-like squat. Arms are going to be by your side here. Palms are open. And then I want you to just kind of find your place. All right? This first action like this with external rotation, it might feel tight. So I want you to crisscross. We've done this before. Reach up to touch and stretch the legs. Come sit down. Crisscross, other hand on top. And reach. And sit. And crisscross. And reach. And sit. And crisscross. So as we go, I want you to just keep adjusting yourself if you need to, as your body wants to come further and further towards the floor. Now, a couple things I want to remind you of. Tailbone goes towards the floor, not towards the wall behind you. So you don't want to lower your torso forward. Imagine you're sliding your back along a wall. Down, crisscross, open. Let's do one more. Down, crisscross, open, stay. Take a nice deep breath. Square your feet. Exhale, fold forward. Picking that moment here just to feel the release in your back of your legs stretching. On your next inhale, come halfway up with airplane arms. Arms out to the side. Exhale, come down. This time, come all the way up. Arms out to the side, all the way to stand. And then as you exhale, feet come together. Good. Roll the shoulders. Susie, good to see you back. All right. Third warm-up move. I want you to take your left leg and step it behind your other one and touch your knee. Okay? Inhale, both arms up. Switch. So we could call this a curtsy. Did you ever curtsy in the day? All right, now just move back and forth, but what I want you to do is take a wider step. So you use more of your mat. Take a wider step, touch. Take a wider step and touch. And you'll notice that when you take that wider step, you step a little further back behind you. Okay? This is a warm-up move, so I don't necessarily need it to be all the way down, but you'll see that you've got a little bit more breath going when you take the wider step versus the narrower step. Last couple, and then pause in the middle. Breathe. Tadasana. Okay, one last one. Feet go wide again. Fingers on the back of your head or on the side of your head, light fingers. So soften knees. You're going to open the chest by pulling the elbows back, open the belly. This is your inhale. Tailbone tucks in, belly comes in, elbows come in. This is your exhale. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So cat and cow standing in a different variation. Next time you come open, stay. You're going to drop towards your leg and come up. Same leg, down and up. And this is going to come back and look at you later. That's where I want you to get it in your body. Down, same arm, just crisscross, over and back. And over, and I want you to imagine your elbow touching the wall behind you when you come back. Open, good, one more time. And then center it. Cat and cow here in the middle. And open. And in. So you're moving from the top of your head to the pubic bone sort of area. One more time. And then lateral flexion the other way. Doesn't matter to me if you can touch your leg or not. It's just getting it in your body. Don't move your legs though. And one more time. And then crisscross. So rotate and then elbow back. Rotate, elbow back. Rotate, elbow back. One more. Rotate, elbow back. Terrific. Arms open, square your feet, halfway down, pause. Take a breath, and then exhale, fold forward, letting go. From here, pivot around to the front of your mat and find downward facing dog pose. Let downward facing dog pose be your warm-up move. How does it feel? What are your shoulders doing? How's your lower back? All the things that we check in with. On your next inhale, come forward into tabletop. Line your hands up as you know you need to. So as a reminder, wrists go forward or wider if your wrists are more of an issue. Fingers are spread wide. Use your fingertips. Toes turned under. Exhale through the belly to get that connection and hover your knees off the mat for 3, 2, and 1. Release and go back. Feel the stretch in your side body. Inhale, come forward. Shoulders on your back. Lift and hover. Belly strong. And down. Reach and go back. Last one. Forward. Shoulders on your back. Hover. And then lower. Now, a little variation I'm going to show you today. I want you to keep your body in table. You're going to take your left hand, turn the turn the fingers forward, and then the right hand slightly forward. So if you could draw a line across your mat from your fingertips, the other wrist is in line with the fingertips. So you're crooked. You're crooked on purpose. All right. So you're going to shift your weight forward, pull the belly in, bend the elbows. See how low you can go? Push away. Ah! Let's do that twice more. So your elbows might bend an inch, or you might go all the way down and up. One more time. Shift and down and up. Okay, now just switch your hands around. Okay, one goes forward, one goes back. So I'm off my hands a little bit. I'm sitting more in a tabletop with my hips. You're going to shift forward to put your weight in your arms. Bend the elbows as you can next to your body. Push away and shift back. Forward. Little bend or big bend. Elbows should graze your side body. One more time. Forward, down, and up. Find downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. I'm sure your arms are awake now. And then as you feel ready, hop, skip, or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, stand all the way up. Palms come together. All right. Take a moment to circle your wrists. And you can see how I'm moving my elbows. Try to lock your elbows into your body and just circle your wrists. And then change direction. And if you make a fist like I am, you'll get a little deeper stretch. Open your hands, close your hands, open your hands, close your hands, and then shake them out. Okay, grab your weights if you're using them. We're going to go back to that first move that we did when we were just starting. So I'm going to turn so you can see. You're going to hold both weights in each hand. You put them at your chest. So you're holding them in front of your chest. Take a breath. And as you inhale, push the arms up over your head. And then as you exhale, inhale, push. Exhale, inhale, push. Exhale. So this is, I'm going to call this level 1. Level 2, try to lift up your knee. Balance. Put your foot down, other leg balance. Put your foot down, other leg balance. Down, balance. Down, balance. One more time. All right, now I want you to go to one leg balance here. Hold here. Bring your weights down so that they're in front of you. And you can hold your weights in this way, or you can put your arms down next to you, palms forward. So if your hands are at your chest, they're not going to move. They're going to stay steady. Your arms are down. You're going to step back. You're going to bend the knee if you can and curl. You're going to come up and you're going to step forward and balance. Back, curl, up, balance. Back, curl, up. 1, 2 more. Back, curl. And remember, the back knee is always an option. You don't have to bend it if that's going to be problematic for you. And then hold center here. Take the foot to the floor, hands to the heart. Inhale, up, exhale. Inhale, up, exhale. This time, throw the weights back behind you. Not really. Reach, up, reach, up, reach. One more time. Okay, now bring the other leg up and balance. Bring the weights down to your chest. Maybe arms are down by your side. So step back, bend and curl, stand and lift. So if you're not using the curling of the arms, they're just holding at your chest. And you're working on stability of the legs, function of the knee and hip, core body's engaged. Last time. And down and up and pause. Leg down, arms down. Take a moment. Go to the wide squat, goddess squat. Again, the knees can be just a little bent or they can be all the way down. Tailbone drops towards the floor, belly rises, so don't lean forward. That's never a good idea. Hands are holding the weights, palms facing inward. You're going to crisscross. We did this in the warm-up. And reach. And crisscross. And reach. So the elbows stay glued to your side during that crisscross. Up. Down. Open. Up. Down. Open. Up. Good. Nice job, everybody. Keeping the belly strong, tailbone heavy, working through the legs and the arms. Let's do one more. Down and reach. Terrific. Turn the feet. Forward fold halfway down. Arms are going to come down by the floor. Now, I don't want you to release your shoulders. Keep your shoulders in your back body. One arm at a time. Open and down and open and down. Open and down. And if that feels okay, you can do 2 at the same time. It's much harder to do 2. So if it feels too hard, please just do 1. Legs are strong, spine is long. True, do not drop your head. Now see if you can, if you're using 2 arms, you can crisscross yourself, touch your opposite shoulder, open, crisscross, open, crisscross, open, crisscross, open. So we're working rear shoulder, external, internal rotator cuff here, and back. One more time. And then find the floor. Soft release, soft knees, release your legs, release your head. And take a breath. Finding the weights up towards your hips, so you've got them connected to your body. Shoulders are up, come up halfway, and then come all the way. Bring your feet together. Pause in mountain pose for a moment. Take a breath. All right, weights at your chest. We're going back to that curtsy lunge. So if this starts to feel like, oh, that's way too much with the weights, I want you to put them down on the floor. You're gonna crisscross and you're gonna come up. Get this in your body first. Notice how your front knee is bent, okay? The second part of this is the arms are gonna open and you're gonna touch your opposite leg, up and touch, up and touch, up. Now start to cross the mat more. Open stance, crisscross. Open stance, crisscross. So really take the step. And if you're a little bit more adventurous, you could try to touch your ankle or foot. You're bending the front leg. You're kind of using your front leg to do a one-legged lunge. And everybody's different here, so you may or may not want to go that deep. Keep your head above your chest and above your hips. Wide stance, go as low as you can go. Arms stay open. Soft elbows. One more. Pause. Woo. Take a breath. All righty, let's put the weights down on the floor. Don't need them for this next one. This is the one with the fingertips. We're gonna go back to this. And I want you to, we're gonna work on one side over and over and over again to look for range. That's what we're looking for. So soft knees, okay? Fingers on your side of your head. You're gonna tuck and do a cat-like movement. Inhale, now stay to the right, elbow towards the leg. Up, stay to the right, crisscross. Do it again. Curl in and bend and cross. Now just keep going. And each time you might notice, whoops, that you can go a little bit deeper. So round and then lateral bend and then cross maybe towards your foot. So find a little bit of an edge. Kind of wakes your brain up a little. Round, lateral bend, and cross. Let's do one more. And then we're just going to switch right away to the other side. So cat-cow in the middle. Lateral bend the other way. Cross over to knee. And again, your stance is your own. I do want your knees bent though. Don't do this with straight legs. It's a little bit much on the back. And then see if you can't, you know, start to make it a little bigger. Maybe the depth of the squat is bigger. Maybe your elbow comes lower to your leg. Maybe you can reach your ankle. Exhale. And then bend. And then reach. We'll do one more. Round. And then rotate and down. Good. Square your feet. Arms open, halfway down. Find the length in your spine, then exhale, release, and come down. And take a moment to rest. If you feel dizzy at all, come up so your head is not below your heart. Breathing. And then we're going to come around and pivot to the front of the mat again and find downward facing dog pose. As you find downward facing dog pose, just find your home base. Find your home base. Bending and straightening your legs. Maybe pedaling your feet. And come forward into a full plank here. Bend the knees almost to the floor. Straighten and dog. Twice more like that. Come forward. Bend the knees almost to the mat. Up and dog. Last time. Forward. Bend. Up and downward facing dog. And coming down onto your knees. Second variation of a push-up. We did that weird 1 foot, 1 arm forward, 1 arm back. This time we're taking the hands off the mat. I want you to turn your fingers straight up, maybe slightly inward. Shift your weight, and then you're going to do wide arm push-ups here. So down and up and down. Your elbows are going out to the side walls. Your chest is moving towards the floor. And we'll do one more. Ugh. All right, reach back, turn your hands upside down, pump your fingers. I know they can be hard on your wrists. Coming forward, I want you to find your forearms on the mat with your palms together. If you interlace your fingers, tuck your baby finger in and take your legs straight back behind you for a full plank. Now, if this feels too hard, knees are down. Okay? Exhale, belly in without tucking your tailbone. You want to keep your core body engaged here. And you're just hanging out and breathing. Press through your feet. Press through your hands and your forearms, keeping the engagement in the shoulders. Belly's engaged, and then pretend you have a block between your legs and you're squeezing the block. The pelvic floor is active. It's a bonus. One more breath. Knees on the mat. Shift back so that your heart and your head come down toward the floor and you're in puppy pose. Good. Coming forward, hands on the mat, downward facing dog pose. On your next inhale, start to walk or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, come all the way down. And then inhale, rise all the way to standing. Palms together, hands at your heart. Alrighty, let's stand with the feet wide apart. We're gonna move into a warrior 2 sequence. So nice wide feet, turn whatever foot is gonna be your front foot towards the short edge of your mat and find the stance you wanna be in. Now, I'm gonna suggest that this back foot not be turned in a lot. Let it be more square so that you feel more stable on the outer edge of your foot. And you want to make sure that you have space in front of you. You can see I have this plant here, so I'm going to back up just a tad. Alrighty. So we're going to go back to that core work here. So fingers on your head. So you're going to take your elbow down towards your front leg, wherever you can go, and come back up, and then take your opposite hand down towards your front foot, wherever you can go. So it's up and lateral bend, and up and cross, and up and lateral bend, up and cross. So as we dynamically move through the action, your body starts to get stronger. It starts to have this Shakti energy, this movement, this power. All right, one more. Elbow and then hand. Now stay down here and take the other hand with you. So fingers are out in front of you. You might feel like you need to hop forward a little bit with your back foot. So if you feel like that, just hop in more. You're going to push through your standing foot and lift up the back. I want you to lower the leg wherever you can lower it. If your inner foot touches your heel, great. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. If you need blocks under your hands, to use them. So you're just going to lift and lower, and lift and lower, lift and lower. So we're working the glutes of the moving leg. The standing leg ideally is nice and strong. And if you want even more challenge, you can pick up the same side hand, put it on your chest, and keep the leg moving. So it's moving half moon. Hold the leg at the top. If you haven't picked up your second hand and want to, do it now. Breathe. All right, second hand on the floor. If you picked it up, bend your front knee, reach back for warrior two. And up you come. All righty. Stand, turn your feet to square. All right, I'm hopping over to the other direction because I've got to move this way now. So make sure you've got room. Turn your foot so it's facing the short edge of your mat and bend your knee. And so from here, fingers on your head, belly draws in. So don't forget about this part. You don't want it to go in your lower back. You want to work your hip and your core. Exhale, elbow towards your front knee, and then take the opposite hand towards your front foot. And going back and forth. And then cross. And up and down. And up and cross. And up. So strong, stable legs. We can call this Shiva. Sthira. Steady. And then the movement in the upper body, this freedom. One more, and we're going to add the second arm down. And so stay there. Fingers on the floor. Hop forward a little if you feel like you need that little space. And then you're going to push and lift the leg. Now stay with this lift and just lower the leg wherever you can and lift it. So the toes are facing sideways. You're in Ardha Chandrasana stance, position, but we're using movement, dynamic movement, Shakti, power. If you want, pick your other hand up. So if your left leg's moving, it's your left hand up. Otherwise, keep it down. Last time, lift the leg and keep it there. Both legs are straight. Both legs have power. Nice long spine. Breathe. Bend the front knee. Reach back for warrior two stance, and up you come. Now turn your feet so they're square. Both legs are straight, arms open. Come halfway down, and then come all the way down. Let go of your head. You can take your legs wider if you like, right? The wider you go, the more open your hips. Let your head dangle if you don't feel dizzy. And pause. All right. Soften your stance. Walk yourself around to the end of your mat and find downward facing dog again. From here, lift your right leg up. And I want you to bring your knee to your chest, round your back by pushing into your arms and come forward into a plank. Inhale, go back, lift the leg. Exhale, plank. Inhale, exhale. Use your belly like crazy. One more time. Good. Release and go back. Regular downward facing dog, feet close together. Next, inhale, left leg goes up or other leg. Knee forward, push and round the back. Inhale, reach back. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Knees on the mat. Last range of push-ups. We're going to try and make them a little bit more interesting. So we're going to take that wide arm that we did earlier, okay? And we're going to move one hand forward and one hand back like we did with the very first one. Shift your weight over your arms. Bend your elbows out to the side to come down. Push away and shift back. Forward, down, up, and back. And the back gives you a little break in the middle. Most people can do one. Good. All right, now change your hands. So one is back and one is forward. And then let's try it again. So you shift your weight on your arms. The elbows go out as you come down. Push and back. Forward, down. And remember, your bend can be an inch or it can be all the way down. Awesome. Rest back, child's pose, turn your hands up, pump your fingers. And then rotate your hands. Alrighty, so come forward again so that we're on our forearms, holding your hands together. Come back to plank. So either legs straight, shoulders over elbows, or knees down. It really depends on if you're tired, how much energy do you have. So finding the energy in your legs by pushing through your balls of your feet. Engage your legs inward, pull the belly in. Press through your forearms, feel strong and powerful. Hanging out here again. Now when you're not moving, remember this is Shiva, this is steady, this is do-terra. We need to have the steadiness. But if we don't move around, we can't really live in the world, right? And there's these two balanced energies that we're always working with, male and female they're called. You know, dark and light. One more breath and then exhale, lower your pelvis to the floor. Point your toes. Easy Sphinx pose or maybe a little higher. My body's not going to go higher today. Press through your feet, lift your knees. This is just a moment to breathe. And then as you exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Put your head on your right arm or hand. And then take your left hand, reach around and grab your left foot. Draw the pubic bone down to the floor so you feel your lower back being neutral and engaged. And then draw the foot to your buttocks. Taking that moment here. Foot toward the buttocks, but keep the pubic bone anchored or directed toward the floor. Good. One more breath. And then carefully release. Switch your sides. Passive stretch here for the quadriceps. Tailbone, pubic bone down, foot towards the buttocks. Feel your body starting to rebalance. And then go ahead and release. Alrighty, coming up away from the floor. Let's do cat and cow here. So toes turned under, tailbone, heart and eyes lifted. Flip the feet, exhale. Tailbone ahead and belly contracted. Flip the feet, cow pose, arching the spine, let the shoulder blades move down the back. This time as you press into that cat pose and your feet are flat, you might try to hover your knees. Release, flip and move through cow. Flip, push with your arms, round the back, maybe hover the knees. Once more. Flip in. Find that arc, find that release. Then push with your arms round, push with the tops of your feet. See if you can hover your knees. And exhale, good. Reach back towards your hips. Give yourself that stretch through the lower back. On your next inhale, come forward and find a seat. So sit in Sukhasana, easy crossed legs, easy crossed legs. I want you to make sure you have room behind you, okay? So take your hands to your knees. You're gonna inhale, sit up nice and straight. Think cat and cow, what we were just doing. Shoulders on the back, belly open. Exhale, cat pose, round, scoop the belly. Good. Inhale, up, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Now, keeping your legs together, when you exhale, pull your belly in, holding that. See if you can lean back and maybe float your legs. Lower down, inhale, lift up. Exhale, contract, round, squeeze, lean back, maybe lift the legs. Release, inhale. Exhale. Good, now just stay here and try to lift your chest up. Keep the belly, but lift your chest up so you're not so rounded, okay? We want to try to keep neutral, but we want to keep this abdomen engaged. Now, a trick I do is I like to flex my feet and try to pull my legs open. And that engages different parts of the body so I'm not quite so hanging in my pose. Hands on your knees can help you lift up more. If you're stronger, your hands can come off. Palms to the sky. So we're breathing. There's a variation of boat pose, but I want it to be primarily in this core body and not in your hip flexors, which is where it is a lot of times. Feet down, release and lean forward. Taking the moment to breathe. And then coming back up, change the cross of your ankles. And we'll do that same thing again. So hands on your knees. Inhale, sit up really tall. Exhale, belly in, round, cat pose. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale. And as you're sitting up tall, pull with your arms to get your shoulders toward each other, shoulder blades. And then exhale, let it be. Now stay there. See if you can lean back and float the feet. Float down. Inhale, sit up tall, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, pull the belly in, lean back, lift. Down, squeeze the shoulder blades. We're gonna do one more, and we're gonna stay on this one. I want you to use your hands here, keep the belly, and lift your chest up, squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other. Feet hook and try to pull apart. So we're working the back body and the front body at the same time here. And then take your arms off the body if you're a little bit stronger. I want you to think about the front of the body staying contracted and the back of the body staying contracted so they match. All right, so you don't want one working more than the other. You want them to kind of support each other all the way up and down. One more breath. And then exhale, feet down on the floor, release and let go. Inhale, come up. Okay, one more little fun thing I want to do before we lay all the way down. So I want you to put your hands behind you. We're going to do something very similar. So your hands are just going to rest behind you so that you can lean back. Okay, so that's the motion. You're going to lean back, bend the elbows. You're going to reach forward and touch. You're going to reach back and you're going to touch. So your body weight's moving forward and back. You got that in your body? Now, When you lean back on your hands, open and lift your legs open. Crisscross other way, reach. Lean back, open. Crisscross. Now keep going and try to get as light in your fingers as you can. Light in your hands as you can. So if you put all the weight in your hands, you're not working as hard in your core. Okay? But if you get lighter, you'll feel your lower abdomen kick in. Now, every time you cross your legs, you're changing the cross, right? And back, and up, and fold. One more time, back. All right, we're gonna go back and stay. So land on your hands, lift your legs, we've done this already. Belly in, heart up, open. Press through your feet, press, press, cross, rest. Hard, yes, release. Okay, take your feet wide apart, like you're in a squat, but you're not standing up, okay? Keep one hand on your ankle, keep the other hand behind you. And you're gonna just do a nice easy twist. And I want you to feel the connection between your inner leg and the rotation of your torso. Breathe. Good, and then come back to center. Hold the other ankle, other hand behind you. Sit up tall and twist. So your twist doesn't have to be the deepest thing you've ever done. Excuse me, but I do want your spine nice and long. Exhale, come back to center. Now bring your feet together, but away from your body, and come forward and stretch. Even the breath that you're breathing and moving in your body is considered Shakti energy. If you were holding your breath, that would be Shiva, that stillness, that steadiness, yeah? Inhale, come on up. And then keep your feet in this position. Can you see if you can keep your feet where they are? So your feet are together and your knees are open. And we're gonna lean back. Hold on to your knees if you need to. Pull the belly in, lift the chest, and then reach forward with your arms. So you didn't change anything. Now you can stay here, or you can find your own way down, or you can lay yourself all the way down. Okay, taking your time. Once you're down, just leave your feet where they are. Let the knees fold open. Let the breath fall in the belly. Your back will be slightly off the floor just because of the nature of the legs. So I want to show you a little variation here. So walk your feet apart so they're not touching anymore. And you can feel the external opening in the leg and your inner groin and your back arching. Yeah? Exhale, bring your legs together and bring your back to the floor. Inhale, bring your legs apart and bring your back off the floor. So it's cat and cow like. Exhale, belly in, knees together. Inhale, knees apart. The next time you exhale and bring your knees together, you could float your feet and knees towards your chest. Inhale, feet back down, open the knees, open the belly. Exhale, knees toward each other, lift and squeeze, all on the exhale. Inhale, feet down, open and expand. Exhale, squeeze. And inhale and open. So all of this movement is coming from the core body. Now, if you want, we can add the upper body. So fingers along the head, stop here for a minute. Knees open, belly open, back off the floor. Fingers are along your head, like we were doing earlier. You can keep your head down. You don't have to do the second part. But as you exhale, knees come in, lift, and the head and the elbows come toward the knees. Feet down, knees open, expand the belly, arch the back. Exhale, flat back, knees and elbows together. So it's not as big of a move, but it's concentrated. It's like concentrated, I don't know. I think of concentrated orange juice from my days when I had little kids, right? It came in a concentrate, do you remember? And then you added water. It was a cheaper way of getting orange juice into your body. I don't drink orange juice. I don't drink any juice anymore. Way too much sugar in your body. Last two, just an easy movement. So it could be just the legs, or you could have added the upper body. Fingertips are touching your head, that's it. Exhale. Inhale, let your arms rest, walk your feet apart, take your arms into cactus or straight out, and let your knees just drift from right to left. Hang out on each side for a breath or so to let the inner and outer groin, lower back, hips get some space. Slowing the movement down. Ending on your second side. Coming into center, bring your knees to your chest, give them a little wrap. So either under your legs or over the top of your legs. Find your fingers or wrists, create a container, and let your body soften into the mat. Shoulders, head, pelvis, torso. Take 3 breaths here. Shiva energy, stillness, steady. And then within that stillness and steady, noticing the breath moving. Shakti energy, flow. And they work together. Alrighty, letting your feet come to the floor, find your way to Shavasana. If your legs are down, just let your legs open a little bit wider. Let your feet fall out to the side. Palms are open. Back of the head feels heavy, right in the center. Notice if you have a tendency to turn your head to one side. Let the next exhale soften you into the mat. Let the next exhale soften the bone, the muscles away from the bones. Let the next exhale soften the breath and the intention.
Take a deeper breath. And let the movement of the breath start to bring you back to your body and the space around you. As you feel ready, start to stretch and move. Bending your knees, rolling to your right side. And bring yourself up to sitting. Noticing the energy in your body. The Shakti. Even in stillness, the Shakti is present. Through the breath and through our residual movements. Bringing your hands together. Closing the practice in gratitude for you showing up for you on your mat today. For our beautiful community and for our deep inner light. May our light always shine brightly, and may we always see the light in each other. Namaste.